morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Rollbase Spring Update. We're excited to have you join us today for a look back and a sneak peek forward of all the great new features we've added to Rollbase. I wanted to start our time together today with a simple thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us here. As always, we welcome your feedback and look forward to working together in the future. Now I hope you can hear us loud and clear, and hopefully we're clear of any connectivity, audio, or video challenges. But in the unlikely case where we might have some issues, this webinar is being recorded and will be made available after. My name is Clark Sell. I'm the manager responsible for Rollbase, Test Studio, Modulus, and Fiddler here at Progress. Today, I'm privileged to play MC and host, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to set the stage for our virtual get-together. Joining me today is Ajay Sharma and Sofiane Bouziri. Ajay is our product manager for Rollbase. Ajay and I together are responsible for the product's roadmap while working with all the great teams here at Progress to ensure we continue to build and ship a product that you and your customers fall in love with. But we're far from the start today. Today, we've asked Sofiane, the founder and CEO of GREPSYS, to join us. Sofiane and GREPSYS have done some amazing things with Rollbase, and rather than us talk about it, we thought it would be better to have Sofiane show you. Before we dive in, I'd love to set the stage a bit. Today's digital business is a complicated one, and here at Progress we understand that. Global economic pressures, time constraints, devices, security, data, integrations, app stores, you name it. Software today can get complicated and fast. Not only that, your business can have a global impact with a simple URL or an app in a marketplace. Times are different, but these times are also exciting times. Mobile devices, TVs, microcontrollers, wearables, and apparently this endless computing we have above us in the cloud have all become an endless array of business opportunities when we're only bound to the limits of our own imagination. Here at Progress, we're constantly thinking about tomorrow's modern digital business and building software to help enable your transformation. I've been crafting software for almost 20 years, and I can honestly say today I'm more excited than ever about the possibilities we have in front of us. But enough of me talking. Let's get this thing started. I'm excited to hand over the virtual stage to Ajay. Again, he's our Rollbase product manager who's going to dive into just a few of the new and exciting things the Rollbase team has been cooking up. And he's even going to give you an inside sneak peek of 4.2 and the things we have shipping over the summer. After Ajay, Sofiane will join us to talk about the excellent things that GREPSYS has going on, and I'll come back at the end to do a live Q&A. With that, thank you for joining us. Ajay, the stage is yours.
Thanks a lot, Clark. Hello, everyone. Myself, Ajay Sharma. I'm a product manager for Rollbase, and I'm working with Progress from last more than 2.5 years. Today, I'm very excited to present some of the cool features of Rollbase and also give you some insight on backstage information about our thinking and vision of Rollbase as a rapid application development platform. So, in the interest of some of our audience who are new to Rollbase, let me give a brief introduction of Rollbase. What is Rollbase? Is it just a rapid application development platform? Then what's so special about it? There are many such products currently available in the market. But let me tell you, Rollbase is not just a low-code, no-code rapid application development platform. It is a complete solution for building, deploying, and managing your business application. And when I say deploying and managing along with building, it's rapid development, rapid and flexible deployment, and seamless monitoring and management capability out of the box. As part of rapid and flexible deployment, it gives us capability to choose your hosting environment. It can be public, hybrid, or private cloud. It also has out-of-the-box multi-tenancy to publish and deploy your apps across multiple tenants by reusing the same app. Rollbase also provides tenant management capability where you can choose to publish the update of an app specific to tenants. It also gives the manageability by its central dashboard to manage server, database, tenants, and applications. It has a monitoring component which allows you to track user activity, access the tenant to provide support and resource monitoring. Now let's talk about some of the rapid app development capabilities. Rollbase is a model-driven rapid application development and deployment platform. Rollbase enables business users to convert their business ideas to real business application with 80% clicks and 20% code, and also provides easy to use drag and drop tools for designing your screen. This 20% code may vary based on complexity of your business logic, but again, for simplicity, Rollbase doesn't prescribe any proprietary language to learn. To write this 20% code, if you are familiar with JavaScript, you can achieve almost anything with Rollbase. So let's get started with a small demo to give you a glimpse of low code, no code capabilities of Rollbase. For demo purpose, I have chosen a most common project management app. As I described earlier, you just need a model in place to get started with Rollbase. This is a data model for project management app with relationship and some fields in each object and business entities. I also placed some user persona of this demo app so you can understand the use case better. So let's get to the real world of the rapid application development. We'll be starting from scratch. Before we get started, the prerequisite to have an account on Rollbase. So for the people who doesn't have account on Rollbase, they can go to rollbase.com or progress.com/rollbase and click on this try now link to get registered on Rollbase. After the verification on email, your account is ready to be used. I am using my already registered account, and when you log in, the first screen which you get is getting started videos and the links. I'm not going through these links. I'll be directly going through the creating a new application. So these are the multiple ways by which you can create new application. You can get these detailed in the help document. Right now I will use guide me through it, which is a wizard based approach. So this application create wizard has 4 steps. First is app details, second is a create object, third is a add fields to the objects, and fourth is a defining the relationship between the objects. So application name is a mandatory field, so we'll give the application name here, and I'll leave the application description blank and click on next. So I know I need to create objects. First is a customer object, and here when you define the object, you can define the attributes. Attributes are nothing but a set of fields which are categorized based on the attributes, and when you associate these attributes, those fields will be automatically added to the objects. Here, because customer is a contact type of object, so I'm using contact, and also it will have information about its location. So I will use the location attribute. So checking it, those two checkboxes will add the required field to this customer objects. Next, I'll add object project. And because I don't have any related attribute available for project, so I'll leave it as it is. Next is expense object. Again, I'll leave it blank, and after that I have milestone, and next is task, and I'll click on next. The wizard next brings me to add field steps, where you can choose the objects and define the fields into this object. So customer, I already defined it's a contact and location type, so most of the information will be coming there. Next is a project object. When you define any object, the name field will be automatically added, so you need to add the further fields onto that. So I can add start date. So these are the different types of fields which is available in Rollbase. So you can pick and choose appropriate type for the field. So I'm using date. You can also define a default value, but it's not required here. I'll add end date. This is again date type. Then project will have description, which will be a text area, and expense, the name is already been added, so we need to add amount, which is a currency. Expense date is a date field, and next is approval date, it's a date, and description of the expense, which is again a text area. Now we will go to the milestone object. Milestone will have description, text area, and start date is a date, end date is a date. Similarly, task will have a description, start date, and end date. So this is pretty much what we need at the information level for each objects. Next is the relationship which we need to define. Looking at whatever the objects we have added, it comes on the left hand side and the right hand side where you can define the relationship. So you can choose this customer object, what is the relationship it has with the other objects. One customer can have many projects. So I'll add this relationship, and I can see there is no direct relationship with expense milestone or task object directly here, so I'll leave that as it is. Next, I'll go to the project. because we have already defined the customer relationship, so it's already appearing here. Now next is expense relationship. So I'll say one project can have multiple expenses and one project can have multiple milestones. So these two relationships which we added. So you can see expense got populated with the relationship. Milestone also got populated with relationship, and now I can define the relationship for the task object. Many tasks can be related to one project. So this is all the cardinality we have defined. So we'll just say submit. Once you submit, you will land up on this application detail where it shows list of the pages which got automatically added for each different objects or business entities, which is out of the box functionality which you get. So you can see for each objects there are view, edit, new, search, status. These are the pages which got added automatically. Now let's go and view our application. So you can see the application got created, and these are the tabs on the top level for the objects which we have added. You can see the default functionality which you get out of the box without writing a single line of code is you can create a new project. Create, this is the default screen which you get. You can see the related objects are also appearing as a picker here, and you get all save and save and new by default created here. Also it gives a lot of other functionality along with this. Is you get filtering the record, searching the record, get the quick create. So all this functionality is a part of the rapid application development platform. Now let's see what are the other things you can do. As you see, like, this page is not looking very nice here, so I would like to go and design this page. So here you get a complete drag and drop capability for this, and I'll just remove task. I don't want milestone, I don't want expenses here while creating a new project. So I'll say okay, project start date, end date, description, and the customer to be associated. Second thing you want to do is, I don't want a one column layout. I would like to have, say, 4 column layout. And you can also choose which devices you want to show this particular section, or which device you don't want to show this section. So you get complete control to customize this screen as per your choice. I'll just move some of the information to the appropriate places. That's it. Save and synchronize, another rapid way of doing it. You can just pick and choose all the pages which you want to synchronize with these changes, so that they will also get synchronized with this layout. So now you can see it's looking pretty nice here. Now I can create a sample project, project 1, as a start date 12th of April and date in 31st May, and the description is, and I will just say save here. So you can see a view screen, edit screen. You get all this functionality without writing a single line of code. Similarly, you get edit delete links here, you get export functionality. And let me highlight some of the other feature, like you can apply filters to search the records. You can also pick and choose the column which should appear here, and you can also customize the look and feel by changing the themes. By default we provide 16 different themes which you can choose and experience it. I'll just use default black for the demo purpose. I will say apply and okay. So this is all about the runtime and the quick create, how you can create the application without writing any single line of code. But the capability of platform doesn't stop here. There are many more things which is available on the background when you go onto developer environment of this application. So you can go ahead on the developer environment by using app settings. Here there is no limit for you to be creative and extend your application further on it. So here you get all the object definition where you can extend by adding more fields. You can also add workflows and triggers. For that you can refer to our video tutorial which is available online in our help documentation and quick create guide. So this is a glimpse of a platform which I wanted to give for our new customer. Moving further, this is our current release milestone, where you can see some of the things. 406, 4.1 is already released, and we are due on April end release, which is coming up this week, and further June and Q3 and Q4 releases, which is coming up this year. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to give you some backstage information about our vision and strategy, and also give you the release schedule. So just to make sure, it should not be interpreted as a commitment on behalf of Progress, and this is our safe harbor statement. These are some of the big initiatives for 2016. First is adaptive and responsive UI, which will enable our customer to configure or customize their pages per device and per form factor. Also, we are going to deliver charts and reporting for building custom rich reports. And next is ALM capabilities, which will enable the platform to manage the version of the application and also provides collaborative development. Business process management, which is a visual designer for designing your workflows and all business processes. So this will be coming up sometime in the later of the year. Portal vNext, a new feature which will be coming up for designing your external facing web pages with a rich interface using templates. Rollbase One app launcher is an app wrapper from where you can launch your apps developed using Rollbase. OE satellite application integration is our support for OE customer where the Open Service object will be in parity with role-based native objects. And to continue, our service provider and ISV partnership will be coming up with a lot of features to enable our service providers. Next, for this year, our focus areas or vision for the product is to be aligned with our digital business strategy. Along with that, we like to improve overall developer experience and lead our businesses to success early and always. We also focusing on improving the partnership with our customer by providing more features which matter to their business. So some of the recap on the recent release, which is 406 and 41, packed up with some really cool features like report builder for building custom report. And to extend support for I18, we also added additional currency support and other as listed here. 4.1, which we have released in the March end, has a lot of cool features. Some of them are listed here, which is Report Builder Phase 2, the extension of Report Builder Beta from 406, landing page configuration for configuring the after login landing page for per user, password management, and whitelist IP enhancement like feature. So this was the recent past of Rollbase, and let me give you a demo what we have released in 4.6 and 4.1. In this demo, again, from the rapid application development point of view, I'll be covering how easily you can build custom reports with Rollbase Report Builder. So let's go to Rollbase. Here you can see I'm using a project management app. So this project management app is also available in our marketplace, which you can install using install application. And here you can search for project management app to install it. It's free app, so you can click on free and from here you can install it. So now I'm going to create a task report which will be by project. So let's go ahead on the project object, click on this small arrow and choose object definition. This will take you to design time of Rollbase, and here you get the flexibility to work with the objects. I'll click on reports and now I'll click on new report, which will bring up this screen to choose me what kind of report I would like to build. So these top 4 reports which were available earlier to 406, and in 406 we added this custom report. I'll choose this custom report, click on next, and I'll end up in this report properties page where you have to give the report name. Next, you can see the description field. You can mark it as private. Also, you can mention this render as a PDF, which will enable other options like you can define the page size, and also you can say it's a smart table break, and other option I'll leave as default. Third section, you can see styling properties where you can upload the CSS in the hosted file, and those files will be available for you to choose here. You can also write your custom CSS directly in text box for implementing. Fourth section, which you can use to define the permission to different roles. Now I'll click on save and continue to go to report builder. In this report builder, you can see there are multiple options which is given. The header section where you can define the content for the header, footer, which is to define the content of the footer, and this middle section where you define the complete report. Also, you get save and preview option, save and cancel option here. So let's go ahead and click on new section. This will bring up a new pop-up where it will ask for the section identifier, and we can name it as project loop because we'll be looping through all the projects and listing down the task according to project. Second, section type, you can see there are multiple types of section which you can create, plain text and HTML where you can write the HTML report, and the wizard which will be for using the wizard way of defining the report, HTML templates, sub-reports where you can reference to any other report to be a child report, loop which we'll be using, and table of content to create a page with table of content for the report. Here I'll be using a loop and done. So here you can see this project loop section has been created. It has again multiple properties available here. So I don't want a section title. It's a type of loop and source object is project. The other thing which you can do in this loop type of section, you can filter out the data by providing this filter based on the properties of the project. And now we add a subsection under this section. So add a subsection. This is a task subsection and this will be our type of wizard, and I'll say done. So you can see another subsection has been created with task, and I will remove a title and I'll, instead of project, I'll choose a task object. And here it will automatically bring up all the fields which is available in the task object. So I can pick and choose what I want to show in the report for this task object. So I'll say I want the description of the task, I want the hours allocated, name, milestone, priority, task owner, task, and the status. Below, I'll say I want to group by project and it should be in ascending order. It should be sorted by the priority ascending. Other thing what you can do, you can also apply filter if you don't want to show the tasks which are not in complete status. You can filter out those things here. Along with that, in this report section, what you get, you see this additional option which is a token generator. If you click here, it gives you 4 tabs. First is a loop record, which is nothing but a parent section record data. Secondly, the current context record, and third, the current user and current customer. So based on this, you can pick and choose different tokens and use them into formulas. Next thing, we need to define the header. So let's say I want to define the header. My header is task by project, and you can just choose and give the styling for the header. I want this to be a Times New Roman of 6 point, and I want this to be in blue, and it should be centered align, and I want it to be italic and underline. So you can see this is the way you define the header, and I'll just say save and preview. So you can see within few clicks you can generate this nice report which has the complete information. You can see that it is grouped by the project name and also giving you description, hours, task, and everything you can see here you're getting. So this was the demo for report builder. Let's now go back to our other topics of webinar. So we talked about the recent past and also gave you the demo of a report builder which has been recently released. Let's talk about the present. As I said, this week we are going to release 4.2 on 30th April. Some of the features which I would like to highlight here is a responsive and adaptive UI for tablet and phones. You can define the different layout. Also, you can design a card layout for your phone which will be adaptive and responsive in different form factors. Apart from responsive and adaptive UI, the theme for this release is to give you a seamless integration with external system. As we understand, any rapid application development platform needs to interact with the external system, and it should have a capability to integrate with external system to make the complete solution. So from the integration point of view, we are coming up with Rollbase as a SAML provider where you can integrate external SAML authentication provider. And also from the integration point of view, we are also enabling Exchange Web Service for email support, where you can use the Exchange Web Service to send and receive email within the platform. And another big thing which is we are enabling in this release is a external table without role-based schema. So we had the external table where the dependency was to have the schema within role-based. So due to that limitation, there was a lot of challenges which were there to integrate with external system. With this feature, now you will be able to integrate any external data source or table within Rollbase without having the schema within the Rollbase. So I gave you the demo of low code and report builder feature. Now let's talk about what's coming up in 4.2. So 4.2 is coming up, making your app user interface adaptive and responsive. So let's go ahead and experience what is coming up on April 30th. For adaptive and responsive UI demo, I'll be using this Travels app, which has one object, and that object has certain fields like description, rating, photo, and places. So to show the web responsiveness, let me edit this record. Here you can see there is an image and also certain other fields which is appearing on the right hand side, and it's spread across the screen. Now if I resize this screen to a smaller size, you can see the image is responsive and the whole UI is responsive, where the fields on the right hand side went below, and you can see this is pretty nicely fitted on the smaller window. So let me show you some more other interesting feature of 4.2 which is coming up. 4.2 is coming up with a live preview which gives multiple options for you to customize the UI for different devices and form factor. First of the thing, let me talk about the UI blueprint. UI blueprint is the positioning of the menu and whole layout of the application. Right now we are giving two different layout. One is a traditional and another one is modern vertical menus. So when you click on modern vertical menus, the menus will appear on the left hand side nicely rendered with icons instead of appearing on the top. Live Preview also give you the option to preview your application in different devices and form factor. As you can see on the top, you can see in mobile device, and you can see in tablet, portrait mode and landscape mode, and on the desktop. So let's switch and see how it will look on different devices. You can see it's nicely rendered in landscape tablet mode. Now let's go back and see the portrait mode of tablet, and next on a smartphone. So you can see it's nicely appearing on all different devices and form factor, and we are calling it live preview because it's not just a preview, but actually you can experience the app. So you can see I can go to the view of a record and I can navigate the record, and it's all the controls are nicely positioned within device. Let's go back and see other feature in the live preview. The next feature in live preview is the application themes, where you get 16 different themes which you can change and experience it live in the current blueprint. So these are few of the nice feature which is part of a live preview. Apart from that, for mobile devices, live preview gives a really cool option of defining the card templates for the list view. So here you can see normally the list view appears in this way, which you can change it using the card template, and here the card template option will appear, and you can choose create new card template, which will open a wizard for designing the card template. So there is 3-step wizard is available. First is selecting a design or layout. Step 2 is looking at the example, and step 3 where you map the column to the fields. Let's see what are the different designs and layouts which is available in this card template designer. So you can see there are multiple predefined designs are available. Some are image left rounded border, where you can see the image coming into a rounded border, percentage design which is useful for showing status data, and the business card layout. So let's choose one of the design from here, and second step you can preview in different device and form factor, and step 3 clicking on next, where you can step 1 to choose the photo, and step 2 is you can choose the city, and step 3 rating because it's the only number field which is there in the data model, so it automatically picks up the rating, and step 4 I'll say ignore field. Now let's click on create new card. This by default give a unique name to the card, and you can change it to your preference. So I'll make it demo 1, and here you can see the rating is appearing in terms of star and the city is coming as Hamilton. So let's save this card and see how my UI will look like. So you can see the grid has been changed to a card layout, and it's very nicely appearing on the smartphone. And this preview is a live preview, so you can actually click and experience the app here. So you can go next and back, and also you can see if there is multiple images, then it will show nicely to browse the images by clicking on the arrows, and also you can see the fields has been laid out properly in this in the small form factor. This is not all. If you're not satisfied with the list of design provided by the platform, live preview gives you an option and flexibility to design your own cards by clicking on create new card and go to the layout and choose a layout, and then start creating your own card. So I'll click on create new card, and here you can see it opens up a card designer where you can pick and choose the fields to appear on this new card layout. So I'll go ahead and add a photo field here, and I'll add a city field, and here I'll put a field description, and on the right hand side value description. I'll add a rating field here below the photo. So let me go ahead and add a rating. To add a rating, when you click on add rating, it will show you 3-step process for selecting the rating the field, because there is only one field. If the rating is automatically picked up. Second, you can choose which graphics you want to show. So I'll pick a star rating here. and then you can choose color, and also you can apply a CSS rating. So I'm leaving it these things default and click on add, and you can see this thing is nicely appearing here. So let me save. So you can see it's nicely showing up the way we have designed the card, and clicking on this thumb will actually apply this to your application. So this is just a glimpse of adaptive and responsive features which are coming up in 4.2. Now let's go back to our remaining item of webinar. So we have talked about the recent past, the present, and now let's look at the future. What's there in the future? So the June release will continue to extend the integration story of the platform, which will have integration with ADFS, right to left support for supporting Arabic and other languages. And also it will have integration with document store like Dropbox, so that you can use the external document store. And we will also enhance the responsive and tablet and phone UI capability. So summer release will be an enterprise release which is in planning phase, and here we'll be focusing around improving the horizontal scalability and availability. One of the feature which is coming up is a process management capability, which will give you a visual workflow designer where you can design the business workflow in a drag and drop manner. Another thing which is coming up is a Stripe payment gateway. This is our first payment gateway integration within the platform, and will give a capability to build e-commerce application within Rollbase. Rollbase One App Launcher is a role-based app hosted in the store to launch the web application developed within Rollbase. The fall release is a team release where we are focusing around the features which matters to developers like ALM and SVN with GitHub integration. Also, we are enhancing the developer experience. We will be coming up with the app dev wall for all the updates on the subscribed application. The two big things which will be there in fall release is a portal vnext, which is a complete new feature for building external facing website, and this portal vnext will be a template based website designer where you will get the complete drag and drop and tooling capability to design external facing website. Another cool thing which is coming up to monitor the background processes and batch job within platform, so that you can monitor the resource utilization and along with the process which is running on the background. So this is all from my side. Thanks a lot. We have gone through the complete journey from recent past, present, and what's coming up in the future. With that, I'm very excited to welcome Sofiane from GREPSYS to share his experience on Rollbase.
Hi everybody, thank you to Progress to give me this opportunity to share with you our experience and the business case related to Progress Rollbase. I will start by presenting GREPSYS and myself as well. GREPSYS is an information technology consulting firm based in Tunisia, North Africa. We are specialized in open edge platform. We help companies that they have existing solution to modernize their legacy system by extending new components or delivering some solution mainly on the web and mobile, and all this application go through OpenEdge, WebSpeed, and App Server. Through the last years, we have achieved a lot of complex projects for multiple company and multiple sectors. We successfully helped our customer to accomplish their daily task with our workflow management system, all based on OpenEdge. This workflow can be attached and embedded inside any existing OpenEdge application, and we have used it with multiple applications like QAD ERP. For myself, I accumulated more than 25 years in IT, including 18 years related to OpenEdge. I worked closely with multiple manufacturing and distribution companies in Tunisia and mainly in Canada and United States. passionate by information technology. I like how I can apply and embed this technology to business. I have many ideas that go through my mind, but it's not always easy to achieve them because caused mainly by lack of time and resources. And I am sure that there are a lot between you who go through the same situation. A project that I wanted to achieve is a primary school management system. Since about 5 years, I have done the whole study about this project. It includes multiple actors like administration, teachers, and parents, with specific views for each actor. This application need to help administration to achieve all their activity, the teachers to planning their courses and sharing information with parents. They need to, when, for example, the teacher specify what courses that the, for this class to achieve next week, the parent can access to the calendar of his child, and he can see what is the courses that he will to study. And this application, as you can see, need to be accessible through the web and mobile. When I started the project, I faced a huge challenge and question, starting by the language itself, which language that will help to achieve this application with minimum of effort. I seen at that moment PHP and GSP. This is from the technical part, but the application itself need to be simple with capability to exchange and share data between actors. And I have to take care about security as well. For example, the security is not just limited to administration or teacher what he can see, or the parent what he can see. It's an application, a web application, and we have to take care about introducer to the application server. We have other component to need inside this application, such as workflow triggers that are required to achieve some tasks like immediate sending of emails between actors. The user interface need to be responsive, and why? Because we don't want to design two application, one for the web and for desktop and another for the mobile. If the application is, the UI is responsive, most part of this application can be used from mobile, tablet, and desktop. And we have to manage data isolation via multi-tenant, because the application will be inside one server, but what we want is to serve multiple schools from the same server and same application, without missing the QC effort that we need to invest on it. Mainly if we have this is the first version that we have to deliver, and we have, what, as you can see, there is a lot of effort that requested to complete this project. That's why I decided to not move forward on this project at that moment. At the beginning of 2015, I discovered Rollbase version 3, and I seen how it's simple to create a web-based application through a model with a lot of possibility. We have to design forms, list, navigation through grids, extraction of data in Excel file, style sheet, PDF file generation, emails with templates. We can embed graphs and gauge. All what we need. In the back side, we have workflow capability and triggers that can be applied, validation at the wall location, application in the row, when we save a row, when we save or update a field. Many feature and many possibility. It's really amazing to see how we can achieve some development tasks with just a few clicks. When Progress decided to include Tilly Kindu UI framework at the version 4 of Rollbase, I think that is an important step. And why? Because now we have almost no limit to design the UI, including the responsive design to enable access through mobile or tablet, and the multiple component with rich UI inside this Kendo framework. 2 months ago, I decided to reactivate the school management project using Rollbase. To start, I hired an IT engineering student to achieve an internship for her final class study. After 2 weeks of understanding the project and discovering Rollbase capability, she started the design of the application. When she met her supervisor after these weeks at the university, he told her, "Are you sure that you can achieve this project in 5 months?" She responded with confidence, "Yes." She has seen in Rollbase a lot of capability and how we can achieve most of simple tasks that need a lot of job if we used another platform or language with classic programming. And we discussed it, and she will probably be able to integrate some parts of the solution into mobile application through Telerik platform that can generate an application, a really mobile application that can be installed in the phone. It's very interesting to the parent to receive, for example, notification through a mobile application. Today we see the usage of mobile. It's something that is all person can use it. Today, as you have seen the roadmap of Rollbase, and me too with you, and how Rollbase next version will be enhanced, and the effort of Progress to continue to invest on Rollbase. I can tell you that it's really a whole new market opened to GREPSYS by accelerating development and time to market using such evolving platform. We can reach new customers who search rapidity and agility. We can control the cost of the development, and what is amazing and simple here is a lot of possibility how we can install Rollbase. We can use Rollbase. We have, for example, for some big company, they prefer to be on premise. We have to be on private or public cloud, and that's a help to reach any kind of customer, big company, medium and small company. And I am sure that we will have a great success with Rollbase in the North Africa region through the next months. And that's it. I hope this experience help you to get better idea about Rollbase. And I want to thanks again Progress to give me this opportunity, and to all attendees to who hired this webinar. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sofiane. And thank you, Ajay. Wow. Reporting, responsive and adaptive layouts, a modern UI built on top of Telaric's Kendo UI, even integration with the Telaric mobile platform and OpenEdge. We really are just starting to scratch the surface. We've been so busy here at Rollbase that we've been shipping a new release every month. Today, our goal was to share with you a bit of how we're thinking about Rollbase, show off a few of the new and exciting features, and give you a peek into what's coming this summer. Sofiane and everybody at GREPSYS, thank you for sharing and keep up the great work. There's no doubt these are exciting times, and here at Progress, we're looking forward to being a big part of your digital transformation. Now there's only one thing left to do. You got to try it. You got to go build something. In fact, build something epic. Head over to rollbase.com and start building those apps today. You can start from scratch, or you can start with an app from the marketplace. Either way, all those servers I mentioned in the cloud, they're sitting there waiting for you in your digital business. Now, if you have an app but you haven't upgraded the 4.0, now's the time. Don't wait. And if you have any problems, head over to the community forums. Kick up a conversation, let us know what you're building, and ask us some questions. Either way, we want to know what you're up to. With that being said, it's time to wrap up our time together with a quick live Q&A. Over the past hour, we've been collecting your questions, and we've chosen a few to chat about briefly. Please bear with us. We've got to switch the screen and